Welcome to a new episode of Mix with Daniel. This time it will be quite short. We will discuss the question whether it makes sense to have expensive gear on the mix bus. As I said, I do it really quick because this morning I did some analog mastering with a student of mine on a song. And now, while shooting an episode about reverb, I actually found out that with the very same settings, actually it's a huge boost for the basic mix. And I want to quickly share this with you. We hear it with this basically mastering or with this mix bus processing that has not been done for this song, which I think it sounds good, and then I switch it off. Let's hear the difference. And without. Now, with the processing and after 2 bars, I switch it to off. And it's quite an interesting thing. Maybe the levels are not perfectly matched. However, it's anyway difficult because if you have a dynamic compressor, then actually it changes the dynamic, so it can anyway not be exactly as loud. Let me quickly show you what we have. So it actually, as a first stage, it goes to this TG curve bender equalizer, which I often like if I have to give some additional punch to a mix. And that's maybe just a lucky punch that it really also fits well for this mix. I boosted some bass. I think I did not boost that one. No, I boosted a little bit the upper mid-range, about 1.8K. I boosted really just a little bit 4K, and there are no highs. Then it goes to a second EQ, which is that extremely nice Fairman Tube Master EQ. That's the best tube EQ I know of. I have been looking for this gear really long time until I found it. Same procedure here. It actually gives a little bit basses. It gives a little bit 1.6K, very similar like the curve bender. It gives a little bit at basically 2K here, interesting, and it gives a little bit highs. And then it goes to a nice compressor. And I don't even know how much gain reduction we have here. That's the Unfairchild by Undertone Audio. It's a great compressor on the mix bus. And I very often have this beast here on var 3, which means that basically with those variants here, I can have my own attack and release time the way I wish it to be. And that's something I like a lot. And we can quickly look how much gain reduction we have. As you see, it's not a lot. Actually, it shows even nothing. But still, it does some compression or some tube saturation, because if we put this to off, and back in. Okay, and that's an interesting thing, because that is something that normally with only plugins on a mix doesn't happen, that you would do a mix bus processing for a song and then you would mix another song of a totally different band, totally different recording, and it's just nice. And sometimes with analog it happens. If this was a real mix, obviously I would tweak it. It might not be perfect for every band, but I think it's quite interesting that with expensive gear it really does give some things above the sound. It gives something extra, some extra punch, some extra depth, some extra width, some extra physical integrity. It gives some very nice upper mids to the vocal. It gives some body to the bass drum and the snare, which is as I said, a lucky punch, but it's quite good for this song because it doesn't have a bass. So it gives something extra, and usually this is something you only get with expensive gear. And although with plugins only you really can do great mixes and do great of everything, to work with analog high-end equipment, it often gives you something extra, which is, I think it's really worth, and that's the reason why we here have this analog studio and we really have a lot of fun with this gear. So that was it for this little tutorial. Ring the bell, subscribe to the channel. We will very soon release my mixing course. That will be a paid tutorial about 13 hours long, on which I will cover really every aspect of everything that you need to know of a mix. How to create great spectral balance, how to create physical integrity, mixes with punch, mixes with clarity, and how to develop a taste and how to develop an ear. Go to my webpage daniel.detweiler.com, subscribe there, then you get noted when the mix course is available, and ring the bell, and see you soon. Bye.